Hello, in this video we're going to talk about congestive heart failure in dogs and dogs that are misdiagnosed. I live in Orange County, California. Rafa was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. He is going to be 17 years old. Basically, the way I noticed he was having some problems, it was like his lungs were going like really fast. He was kind of like basically beating a lot faster than what he used to. And I used to be living in a house that had some problems with the AC equipment. Now I live in the beach, so we don't even need AC because we're so close to the ocean. And I also think there's a different quality in the air, like less pollution. It's not as hot. We're not basically in summer 8 months of the year. I remember I used to live in the city of Orange, and one time I remember the summer lasted from March until November, and it was so hot. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, the planet is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So basically, all the cars that are driving the freeway, all that pollution ended up, will make a city hotter. That's why a lot of people like to live close to the beach. Also, there's a lot of salt in the air. It's a different kind of air. It's most definitely a better air, or maybe this air in the city is worse. So now we see Rafa. Right now it's Friday, and it's late Friday. It's almost gonna be 6:30 p.m. So we see that all his congestive heart issues has been resolved, quote unquote. So I'm making this video so that if you have a dog that has been misdiagnosed, you can always look for a second or third opinion. But you can also see like that it's also the quality of life that he has. Right now he's basically sleeping like a 2-year-old puppy. So there's Rafa. He really likes his nappy naps after lunch. I tried to give him food in the morning, so I already gave him food, and then now we see the animal waking up. Rafa takes a good hour to wake up, especially if there's no interruptions. He'll take even longer. He can basically sleep the whole day, and then I also bought some extra like protection in case he ever pees. He's had a couple accidents. So basically, this mattress has a special protection that I bought from Amazon. It's basically I put 2 layers of material that plumbers use. So in case he ever pees, which I hope he doesn't, because I basically he's sleeping by himself right now. But from now and then, I like to take naps with Rafa. So we were just napping. That's the favorite thing that he does. I even contacted a doctor in Japan, and this doctor told me that I need an echocardiogram. And I remember I went to San Diego. Like I remember this was right during pandemic. I left the dog, so yeah, that was 4 years ago. I can remember I was going to fly to Japan to save Rafa's life, and we can see basically the breathing is completely normal. So Rafa, I think he should be able to make it to 18. Now, the one health problem that I do agree that he has is arthritis, and I started noticing arthritis when I started walking him, and then his leg would just give out, and then he would be completely black from all the dirt that he chose. He picked from the road, and then I would have to bathe him and everything. So basically, I couldn't take him for a walk anymore. It's not like he doesn't walk; like he walks a lot by himself when he is searching for food. But basically, I started realizing that it was just too complicated to take him for a walk, because then he comes with all the pavement and all that dirt in his body. It's basically this right leg that has arthritis. It's right in the knee. And there is a doctor. I even joined a group in Facebook for people that have dogs with congestive heart failure, and I did the echocardiogram. The problem with the cardiologist for dogs, and I didn't know this at the time, is that they do not work for the hospital. They basically do the echocardiogram and then they travel. And then the next day they're in San Diego, the next day they're in LA. So you have to make an appointment, and then they will often tell you that yes, he's left chamber, da da da. And they also give you medicine for dogs with congestive heart failure. Rafa medicine was quite expensive, but at some point I felt, I don't think his heart is failing at all. And that's when I was already in the beach when I started noticing this. I started noticing that he's breathing completely normal. So basically, I moved to the beach. Maybe like 4 months later, he ran out of medicine. Then I started thinking, like, is he really in congestive heart failure? Like all the symptoms are gone. So it was like, I would say a misdiagnosis. Yes, his heart might be a little larger than other dogs, but Rafa used to walk 10,000 steps per day with me. So that could also be like, just like athletes, that they have a big heart, a bigger heart. And Rafa most definitely enjoy a quite athletic life right now, because he's older now. He's not doing exercise so much anymore. But I think and I hope and I pray that he can last another year. But I just wanted to do this video for everybody that is suffering with congestive heart failure for their dogs. Their dogs might be misdiagnosed. It might be a lack of AC. I remember at the end of the day, the AC in that house completely broke, and I left. And I wanted to, the first thing that I wanted is to go to an area where the heat is not so bad. And now I have hard floors everywhere. If I move to a place, it needs to have hard floors. And I just started staying away from carpets. So we see the animal. He's waking up. He's starting to wake up. I think he's hearing the noises that we're making. He started to hear my voice. And eventually this surgery in Japan would cost around $20,000. So I had to travel to Japan and all that stuff. So I was ready to do that. And there we see Rafa starting to wake up. So right now we're gonna take him out so he can pee. And in Japan, the doctor was the best doctor that I've ever found for a dog. Here in the United States, basically when you go to a doctor, they want to put him 12 vaccines or missing vaccines. So if you were supposed to take your dog to the vet every 4 months and you miss, let's say, 24 months, now they want to put him like 6 shots. So I know there's a lot of difficulties when it comes with dogs, but at the end of the day, I contacted the doctor in Japan. He told me that he can fix mitral heart valve problems, and he can fix congestive heart failure in dogs. And I do understand a lot of dogs die with that. Then they have water in their lungs. But all I did was move to the beach. That's how congestive heart failure was quote unquote fixed. Even if you do a congestive heart failure surgery, they don't end up breathing completely perfect. They still have a little thing in their heart, so they still, let's say, breathe a little funny here and there. So yeah, surgery was not needed. I'm his father. I'm the one that at the end of the day decides what's best for my son dog. So I think there's a good possibility that Rafa can make it to 18, and I can say that when I see him like breathing normally. He's just a little deaf because he's kind of old and his smell is not as good as it used to be. But at the end of the day, he's still my dog. He's still my lovely dog. Then he's still one thing that I've noticed, that his breathing is pretty good, but his sleeping is also, he just doesn't recover well from sleep because he's so old. When he wakes up, he just wants to go back to bed, and that happens to all people. That's because of sleeping stages. So it might appear that he's sleeping pretty deep, but as we saw with the animal, he started to move. So basically they don't have that deep sleep that you need to recover your brain. And as a person grows older and as a dog grows older, those REM cycles change. He has a lot of light sleep, and then he doesn't have a lot of deep sleep. So that's why basically like I said in the other video, like he needs a lot of sleep. Now, needing a lot of sleep is not necessarily a bad thing. Lions in the jungle, they're the kings of the jungle, and they can sleep up to 20 hours per day. So Rafa might be a lion. He's definitely like the lion, the alpha male chihuahua of the house. And then that's why he just likes to sleep a lot. So tonight he's not gonna eat anymore. He's just going to I hope he just pees, and then we'll call it a day. And I'm gonna watch movies with my other dog Kyla. But I just wanted to make this video for every parent of a dog that has congestive heart failure. Don't be discouraged. Also, I understand the pain of finding a cardiologist. They're also quite expensive exams, almost $500. And they just give you the pill, and that's about it. And there's no surgery for it. So of course the world of dogs is not as advanced as the world of humans. So yeah, Rafa is a survivor, I would say, of a misdiagnosis, and doctors that basically just sub-hire cardiologists. At the end of the day, I found a cardiologist in San Diego. He just told me the truth. He told me he's old, his heart is a little bigger, his left atrial something like pump or something, and it's not that bad. From 1 to 5, it's like a 3 or 2.5. It is bigger, and I've told him that he did a lot of exercise. So basically the flaps in his heart don't close correctly, don't fully close, and he didn't tell me what to do next, but at least he confirmed he does has some enlarged heart, not a lot. And then moving to the beach was a good decision. That's how basically I was able to quote unquote extend Rafa's life. I was freaked out. I was ready to fly to Japan. So then the people in Japan were also really good doctors. They told him, don't fly here. We're not gonna do surgery. We have to confirm that he has a enlarged heart. And they asked for imaging and all that stuff. To be honest, I never sent it to them because at that point Rafa was almost 15 years old. He was 14 and a half or something. And then I realized that his breathing was completely normal. So, and then they told me that if his heart problems are very large, like if he has a very large heart, that's when they do the surgery. So yeah, basically the doctors from Japan refused to do surgery on Rafa unless I send him imaging, and then they can confirm he has a congestive heart failure. So this is a video that I wanted to do just to help everybody if their dog is breathing heavily, or like if he gets tired super easily. And then it's also a video to speak about like follow your instincts about doctors, just like doctors for human. Sometimes they just care about money and that's it. Same thing happens with dogs. So thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. We're gonna start trying to wake up Rafa. It might take him, we still have like another hour of sunlight, but that's just, he really likes to be with me. He has his own little pillows right there, so those are Rafa's pillows. And then honestly I put those pillows so he won't like fall off the bed. But yeah, here's the animal, and we can see how peaceful he is, how good he's sleeping. I really like that jacket that I bought for him. So thank you for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Rafa, they really like your videos, but I also want to explain them like about how to be a good father. So I don't want to fully wake you up yet, but we're gonna have to go pee in a second. Okay, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe.